Mr. Robertson and Mrs. Robertson, this is a rent, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
If the problems are so bad, why do you still want to live there?
Your Honor, since the last hearing, we've decided to transition to alternative housing, and we're simply asking for 30 days for my family and myself to transition to our new home.
And what do you intend to do about the payments that are due?
That's exactly, we understand that there's a balance claimed, and we're just requesting guidance from the court and how that balance should be handled. But at this point, there has been
Glad
no
to come out there and
communication.
look at the property. You want me to come out there and look at the property? I'll be glad to.
You're more than welcome to. It's AJ's home. I mean, but I'm currently the resident. I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Butler, you acknowledge that there were some water issues, correct?
Not that they made aware to me. I just have a city report from when we sold the house or were trying to sell the house before they moved in that said that some waterproofing needed to be done around the house, but nothing about water issues within the house.
Well, they wouldn't say anything about waterproofing necessity unless there was some indication that there was going to be water intrusion. You can agree with that, right?
Correct. And we've been working with Steve McKegg, the building engineer, with the city of Trenton to get that solved. We had an inspection done January 14th, and we followed up with him after our second hearing with you and kind of went over that with him. And they didn't really have insight on
Guys,
exactly
let me stop you. You think if I put you in a breakout room that you guys can maybe resolve this or not? Does somebody want to talk? Or is there a big delay here?
I'm more than willing to like talk to them and stuff, but I just feel like, I feel at this point, there's been no communication on a plan moving forward of anything
Okay,
being fixed on the
here's the
inspection
issue.
list. So
Here's the issue. Is the property uninhabitable? And if so, to what extent? Now, I see that you've got some pictures here of, it must be your kid, your child?
yes.
Yes.
Now, I can't say that I have any indication that that's caused by any water intrusion. So I want everybody to keep in mind that you should have told them, Mr. Butler and Mrs. Butler, about the water intrusion possibilities and that you were advised to get waterproofing done. And I want you two to keep in mind that you're going to be entitled to an abatement of the rent only to the extent that the property becomes uninhabitable. So you guys can go from there. If you cannot resolve this today, I'm setting it for trial. And I'm going to give you a date probably next week. And I'm going to come out and look at the property with your permission, Mr. and Mrs. Robertson. And you both can present testimony and evidence. But you've been there and you haven't paid any money. And maybe, just maybe, you guys can go into a breakout room and don't leave. Do not leave if you don't come to a resolution. I want to talk to you again. I'm going to go on to another couple of cases. So you guys see what you can do. Be respectful of one another. And I mean that. You might not like each other or think that you were harmed because they're not paying rent and he's cheated and they didn't tell you about the waterproofing issue. Just be respectful of one another. Don't leave until I call your case again, please. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, Your
Thank
Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Put you in a breakout room.
I think we have
A tentative
Yeah.
resolution,
Yeah.
if you would like to hear that, or do you need a
a minute.
Well, no, I don't need anything. I'm here to, you got my full undivided attention. But I want to make sure when you say tentative, have you guys agreed on this?
Yes. The only
Yes.
thing
Do
partially.
you, Anthony, go ahead. Do you want to just take the
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so
the
we,
discussion?
Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Jennifer, I just want to have, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna prepare a judgment for you guys.
Okay,
And
I'll print one up.
thank you. All right, go ahead. Tell me what the terms are.
yeah, so they're following through with moving out of the residence at the end of March 31st, we agreed on. As
Okay.
far as rent payment and what's owed, I guess we wanted to touch base with you on the judgment of that and how payment system would work.
Well, wait a second. Did you guys agree to a figure or not?
We gave him what all is owed, including our lawyer fees, and Paul has
Well-
his say
Well,
in not
I
wanting
don't
to
really,
pay.
okay, so here's the problem, guys. I don't really want to be the one facilitating a settlement discussion because I'm gonna be the one who's going to decide the case if you don't resolve it. So I don't think I should be the one mediating this dispute, particularly if I'm gonna be the one that's going to decide whether or not money's owed, and if so, to what extent. So I can put you back in a room and let you guys talk about it. I gave you my best recitation of the law, so to speak. And that is the property has to be uninhabitable, but that doesn't mean there wasn't some damage. Now, I don't know how much damage there was. That's for you guys to decide. So I don't feel like I should be the one to facilitate that discussion any further. I can do one of two or three things. I can put you back in a breakout room, or we can set it for trial next week. And I'll come over and look at the property as part of the proceeding. And, you know, if I order that, they might be out in 10 days too. So if that's what I decide to do.
Your Honor,
This
if I may-
this is strictly, by the way, you guys, the way they've crafted their pleadings is for non-payment of rent. So if you guys decide that they're gonna be out by whatever date, that's fine. Maybe there's a provision that they have to pay so much in rent in the next 10 days. Maybe there's a provision that they have more time to pay. Maybe there's a provision that gives you a money judgment in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant. I don't know. But that's something for you guys to figure out, because I don't want to get in the middle of that. I will decide it, and I shouldn't be involved in settlement discussions on a non-jury case for the most part. I just shouldn't do that. So
Your Honor,
I
where
don't,
we,
go
oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. We left off where the Butlers did, or they were to, they have a documented amount and a breakdown of the outstanding rent, late fees, lawyer costs and whatnot. And we agreed that that would be emailed to us today. And then possibly I would have 48 hours or Monday just to review. And then we could come to an agreement outside of the court rather than a trial, because
Nobody wants it.
no one wants that. We're four adults. I think that we can resolve, but I think the matter of us just going back
Well, why don't
into
you
a court.
spend time resolving it now?
I don't have all the information, and they don't have all the information of all of the ins and outs or the details. That's what I would just like just to agree on a, substantial $10,000. I don't feel comfortable doing that without
Well, how
some form of
much,
time.
how much is the monthly rental rate?
It's $18.50 a month,
And how many months are they in arrears?
4 months behind.
All right, so that's $7,400.
Yep, with late fees, and then in the lease.
The most I
every-
give in late fees is $75 a month, so the most they could be behind is 300 more.
Yeah, we charge $50 a month for late fees.
Okay, so then you only get $200. All right, that's
Yep.
7,600. Then they have their costs.
Yep. Lawyer fee was 1,049, and then
Who's
per our
that for?
Heather.
No, I mean, some lawyer you hired that isn't entered an appearance. You're really not entitled to that.
Okay, that's fine. But in our contract,
What I
after
can do, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, I'll go along with what you're doing. I'm setting this for trial next Wednesday. I'm not adjourning it. You guys can submit figures and I'll call, we're gonna have you guys in here on Monday. And if it doesn't resolve, we're going to trial on Wednesday, period. Everybody can do that, Mr. and Mrs. Butler?
yes.
Okay, so
Mr. and Mrs. Robertson?
Yes.
What's wrong? Did you have something to say, Mrs. Robertson?
I just wanted, like, so we're gonna be able to get we're gonna go over, so mainly we're meeting to file, like, so we'll have a judgment of how much money will be paid on Monday. Is that
If
what
you
you're
guys
saying? I just
resolve
want to
it. If not,
understand
we're
it.
gonna have a trial on Wednesday. What time
Okay.
could I do it on Wednesday, Jennifer?
I was gonna say Tuesday would be better. You do have a civil day Tuesday.
Okay, then we'll do it Tuesday. Is Tuesday not gonna be very busy?
It's not terribly busy because that was originally the Mount case. So we've added things, but it's not
What's my latest thing scheduled for?
11.
All right, so we're gonna set this for 11 on February the 25th.
24th,
then-
Your Honor.
24th at 11, and you guys are gonna meet, and we're gonna schedule that where you guys meet. What do I have Monday?
Monday you have landlord tenants.
All right, good, perfect. We'll set this for the 23rd at 8:30. And you guys can hash it out. You guys can hash it out. If you don't resolve it, fine, we'll go to trial on Tuesday. Everybody good with that, Mr. Butler?
Yes, that's fine.
Mrs. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Robertson? Where'd Mr. Robertson go?
Oh, I'm right here, Your Honor. Yes, I'm fine with that.
Mrs. Robertson, you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna encourage you guys to keep talking, okay? And hopefully on the 23rd, it'll be resolved.